Hello everyone, I'm Chaotic, once again back on the good old Project Infinity modpack. Been about a week since our last stream, and there's a couple of things that I want to hop right on into. So first things first, we have actually filled up about 2 of these drives, so our storage system is going to need some additional things to it soon. Our general storage itself is full of quite a lot of these end ores and nether ores and such now. We got plenty of the stuff from the Void Miners mod now. And if you see right there, we have 3.4 million singularities from this setup here. So I'm going to fix this setup today, first things first, because I know we're going to need a lot more singularities later. 3.4 million is probably enough for a long time, if not maybe even as many as we need. But I always like to have a little bit of overkill of things that we have working with. So I was talking to a nice guy in the Project Infinity Discord, and I was talking about my setup, and I'm like, yeah, I'm making 6 singularities a second. This is like 1.5 million items a second. Like this is pretty good. This isn't bad. And he's like, oh wait, are those the oversized interfaces? Believe it or not, guys, somehow completely missed. There's an oversized interface. It has the same amount of slots as the extended interface, but every slot can hold 1,024 items. So they're just 16 times better. So this whole setup would actually be making like a stack and a half of singularities a second otherwise. Which is, that's really good. So I'm like, damn, well, I feel bad now. But then he was like, well, my setup uses the IO port. And I was like, well, the IO port felt really slow to me. Like I feel like I was really stalled out on the speed for that. He said that it's because the IO port per operation requires power. I put one controller down as a subnet for it, which only holds 16,000 ARV a tick, which is probably why it was only doing 16,000 items every single time it was cycling. Even though we had a max upgraded IO port, I felt like that was slow. We have a little bit of additional power in our system with one dense energy cell, and he did recommend as well that you can make the super dense energy cells, which are even better for the system, and store 12.8 million. He said that he just uses a wireless connector, like what I use here, and he quartz fibers it to just connect the power from the main system, and then you just make the 8-channel subnet without a controller and just use quartz fiber as the power provider instead. And then he used the IO ports into exact same as my initial setup was going to be into the matter condenser. So we're going to fix this because that seems like a much, much, much better idea for how to get this all operational. That's kind of interesting. I guess it makes sense that those do that. Let me grab these guys in offhand real quick. Oh, that's funny. You can't like unplace them. We're just gonna use a wand here, since I could just immediately vein mine these 16 again. Because if you overlay a block on top of one of the item pipes, it just breaks them. Very easy method to break all of your item pipes very quickly. Let's move away the stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of cobblestone. Okay, it's saying binder is bound to unknown block or whatever. Let's put it back down. See if that clears. Um, this is very interesting. How do I clear an entangled block? Shift right click it with an empty hand. Okay. So we're gonna actually eliminate that whole row, because I don't think we'll need it. Keep this guy going. I don't want to run this. Well, we'll keep this row here for now, although I don't think it'll matter too much. Let's grab IO port. Yeah, we'll just use one for now. This will be fun. Okay, so if I grab quartz fiber, because these guys, they're effectively a cable, um, but they just are a little power provision. So I can put the quartz fiber there. Let's actually pick up this guy real quick as well. I'll put him to like right here. Let me grab some normal cable. And bam. This guy's now online in a subnet. If we grab ourselves a storage bus, we can just put on this one because it's right beneath him, sure. There we go. This guy is where cobblestone goes. Grab ourselves acceleration cards. And let us also check our power on our system real fast. Make sure our power draw is fine. It's doing okay. We'll make some super dense stuff real quick. So let us just encode the recipe for this guy as a pattern. We already know how to make the normal dense energy cells, so we need the accumulation processors. Sky steel blocks. Okay, we'll do it through that recipe. Should be fine. To the reaction chamber. Sky steel blocks. As a crafting. Alright. Super dense. Let's make, let's make like 10. Making a bunch of flux dust. As it finishes up, it cruises on through. Perfect. There we go. 10 super denses. So if I just grab these guys, and we can just like, I don't know. There we go. Add a little cube on top. That adds our system up to 260 million FE. Which should be absolutely plenty. So now if I give this guy the acceleration cards, we pop on back in here, take out my Infinity cobblestone cell. Let us see what happens here. Transfer data to the network. God, it's not even close. Damn it. Dude, it's so much quicker. That alone is... It's making what? What is that? 38 a second or so? 36 to 38? What if that didn't speed it up at all, right? No. Okay, let's check our system's power draw. Yeah, it takes a lot of RF to get it at that speed, so that is definitely what was happening. Dang it. Okay, well. Put him back down. Clear all of those guys real quick. Okay. Our idea was really cool, and I like that we tried. Happy also to have learned that there's something that is much better, and if we wanted, we could add, another I/O port here, because we have 8 channels to work with. So I could put another I/O port, 5 acceleration cards, and a cobblestone cell in it, right here, connected, and it would also go straight into this guy, and then that would double him. He'd make like a stack per second instead. And actually, how much does an Infinity cobblestone cell take? Any singularities was it again? I know it's quite... Dude, only 29,000? Is any other resource here expensive? 108,000 ender pearl dust. How many ender pearls we got? Surely millions and millions. Oh, 3.2. So that's like still decent. Yeah, we probably don't need more than that. I think 38 per second, since, it runs offline and stuff, will be fine. And it's got a buffer of what, 679 million. Okay, well, yeah. The setup I was doing would have been faster if I'd upgraded all those interfaces instead to oversized interfaces. It would have made about 96 per second. but I don't really think we need that much, so I think this is fine. Just a quick little upgrade. I wanted to do that immediately so I didn't forget because I was informed by a kind person on Discord about it. But yeah, noted. That's super easy. We could just make another cell, add another IO port on it, and bam, now we're at 70, like 2 a second or so. We could add 2 more on it and have 4 running, and then we'd be at like 2 stacks a second. So we know how to fix singularities if we need more singularities later or something. And I imagine if I do Forge TPS, that does save us a few milliseconds of tick rate as well, not having that many one tick huge pipes operating and moving, 1.5 million items a second through the things. So that's all nice. So funny to me. Whoops. Okay, anyways, what we want to work on today, a core mechanic here, is our good old botania. You've got the normal botania set up here and everything. Disregard him. I don't really care. We want to mess with this stuff. So we want to get into all of the basic mechanical machinery stuff. Looks like we're going to need pretty much a band of mana, or like aura or something similar for, yeah, greater bands of aura are going to be needed for all of them, which means we need 1 terasteel per thing operating here. What is the greenhouse cost? The greenhouse takes crimson ingots and dragonstone, which is crimson, which would be so shadow, which is saffron, normal dragonstone, mana diamond. Then this one needs the malachite, which is upgraded, terasteel. Then this one needs the saffron, which is then upgraded malachite with a block of terasteel additionally. So that's 10 terasteel in already. The guy's reading it. Okay. Okay. So I guess we need to figure out our mana generation pretty quick too. Yeah, that seems fairly relevant here. Mana batteries, interesting. Something I want then. I wonder if the Omni, or like the quantum cells will hold mana or not. Or if I should make a mana cell outright. It needs Gaia Spirit. So we may have to go and fight the Gaia Guardian, which is noted. I forget how big its arena needs to be. It does have a prediction thing, so I wonder if that means it doesn't drop everything out of your inventory anymore whenever you're fighting it. So you can actually like click it with models and keep the stuff on you. Yeah, so the Gaia Spirits themselves are not too bad that way then. You just need to kill 6 of them. And what's the Wither Aconite take? Because this guy, he's like the end all be all. Okay, he takes every flower. And okay, any kind of seed. It just always shows the Mystic Agriculture seeds first, and it always makes me think about it. This happened last time too. So 1 of every flower, but this guy generates, I believe it's instantaneously 1.2 million mana, and your only thing is that you need to get the mana off. No, okay, never mind. It does not. So it's not instant. So it's over 100 seconds, but you get 1.2 million mana over the 100-second duration, which is pretty good, considering I think that's slightly better than a normal spark can move. If we get our Lexico Botania, this one, let's go to mana manipulation, sparks. Actually, you know what it's probably going to be? No, that's for the augmenting them or whatever. Where would it be botanical machinery? Extra botanical machinery reforged. Sparks. Okay. Yeah, so the malachite spark generates 25,000 mana. Just got a text message. Let me check real fast. Yeah, so the malachite spark, which is a bit expensive, is 25,000 mana. And I think that's... Is that per second or per tick? Now I don't know. um, Spark transfer rate. Botania. Okay, normal sparks are 1,000 mana per tick. So this guy would obviously be like, surely he's 25,000 per tick, considering. Yeah, okay, yeah, because there's the base spark, which is analogous, it says, to the regular spark. So yeah, so these are per tick values. Okay, noted. Cool. That gets us exactly where we want to know. So it'll move 20,000 mana per second, versus a Wither Aconite is generating not that much, right? I think it's generating 12,000. Yeah, 1.2 million mana over 100 seconds. So it generates 12,000 per second or so. So yeah, so one basic spark on a collector will actually handle this. And what we can do is, if we use a Fluix pool, Fluix mana pool, we can use a mana collector. So let's press A on this guy. Ooh, this does take a Gaia Spirit Ingot. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a Guardian of Gaia fight. At least one, probably multiple, to get some Gaia Spirits. Okay, that's fine. Glimmering Dreamwood, that was easy. It's just Dreamwood. Yeah, with some Glowstone. Rune of Vanaheim, Earthspring, Pride, a Terrasteel, and a Gateway Core. Okay, so we need a few Terrasteel. On the bright side, I think we made a few Terrasteel. We did. The issue, Terrasteel seeds needed, what, 72 Terrasteel? Yeah, they needed the full 8 blocks worth. Yeah, so that's going to be expensive. And unfortunately, every Terrasteel takes roughly half a mana pool, and we've only got about 5 mana pools here worth of stuff. And that's it. Which ain't much to work with, you know, that we can make 10 Terrasteel and then we'd be topped out. So that is what the plan is, I suppose, is to get this stuff together for a Wither Aconite. So we need Fluix mana pool. Let us get the mana collector over here as well. Wither Aconite, because we might as well drop this guy in. Mechanical Apothecary, which will need a greater band of aura. So it's fine. Terrasteel getting stuff. And I think that's kind of like, we'll want the Mechanical Apothecary, so I don't have to make every one of these things by hand. Although a lot of these actually are going to require these side ingredients as well. Okay, so I'm sure the system can provide the water and the seed automatically. I've actually never messed with the Mechanical Apothecary. But we are obviously going to need runes, so we're going to need a Mechanical Runic Altar. The runes are obviously going to need the other things too. Like Mana Steel we already have, but like Mana Powder we can't do that way, so we'll need a Mechanical Mana Pool. These are all going to need a Terrasteel each, right? Bifrost blocks, Rattle the Bifrost. Okay, just Elementum and Dragonstone. These guys are just throwing in their mana variants. Okay, nothing difficult there. Or Shimmerrock, also with Bifrost though. Conjuration Alchemy Catalyst. That's interesting. So I guess it can probably do everything then. Wonder if you have to tell it what kind of recipe you want it to do then. Like if I throw in recipe, if I throw in redstone, is it going to try? Or do I have to set it to conjuration or alchemy? Or nothing? Interesting. We'll have to figure that out. Yeah, so we'll need the apothecary for the flowers. We're gonna need the mana pool to make some of the sub ingredients, mostly dust and diamonds. We'll need the runic altar to make the runes. What else are we gonna need in here? Obviously we'll want an agglomeration plate, but that one doesn't have to be an immediate priority. the Agglomeration Factory, and yeah, I was pretty sure he was more expensive than the other things. Oh, I guess just the industrial's fine. It's the basic industrial that gets expensive, because that's the first tier of the extra machinery reforged versus just botanical machinery. Okay, so he's also just a just a 1 terasteel investment. So we need 4 terasteel there. We need the wither aconite, which I have no clue if this one's gonna need any terasteel or not. I'm also not sure if these runes get used or not in the petal apothecary. I know that some runes don't get used in the runic forge, and I also don't know how that works with the automated variants. I've never messed with botanical machinery before. They will be the first. We're gonna need some Gaia Spirit stuff so we can actually get the mana collector, because we're not gonna, a Wither Aconite, if it's generating 12,000 mana per second, that's not getting handled by a collector. So it's gonna need, or by a mana spreader, I mean. None of the mana spreaders do enough throughput for that, I don't think. Maybe like the best one if you have a potency lens on it at a 1 block range or something, but you might as well just just spend the extra time and get the mana collector. Okay. Not too bad. So we're gonna need a little bit more Terra Steel then. Terra Steel itself, just mana steel, pearl, and diamond. Steel, diamonds, and pearls. Let me do Rarefied Magnet. Don't want our magnet to accidentally yoink this, and then, because you're out whatever mana you've already used whenever this generates. I'm thinking we're going to need at least 1 for the fight. We know that we need 1 for each of these, so we need 4 there. This guy's going to need Gaia Spirit Ingots, so that's 5. Rune of Anaheim, so that's 6. Probably doesn't take any, yeah. Those ones are all easier. This guy's going to need a Nugget, so we'll just call that 7. Yeah, we'll call it 7 Terra Steel that we're, like, absolutely necessitating right now. But I'm thinking 8 is probably the play, so we'll make 4 more right now. Hopefully try to save on a little bit of mana, just to make sure that we can do the, like, rune crafting that we'll need. Once we get all these guys up, we'll be able to just automate this, and then we won't have to do any of this manually anymore. Eventually we'll get to the greenhouse too, which will just be a much better method. Okay, so that kicks us up to 8 Terra Steel. Perfect. So the Industrial Agglomeration Factory. So for all 4 of these guys, we're going to need a greater band of aura, which means we're going to need normal bands of aura. So we need 4 runes of mana. So mana steel, mana pearl. Mana steel, mana pearls. Living rock. Let's grab some more stone while we're here. And we'll do this. Oh, that's something. We'll need a mechanical daisy as well. I'm assuming it just operates on an internal inventory instead. It'd be weird if it didn't, I guess. Otherwise, what's the point compared to just the normal daisies for automation? Okay, and then we need our wand. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rune of mana, so it takes a little bit more mana as well. But not too bad. I forgot I have my sound completely off. See, I felt like my volume was a little low. I click with an empty hand, do it again. Oh, now my sound's a little high. I think I normally play at like 8%. Let me get 4 of these guys real fast. Actually, we might as well make a few more. I think we'll make 6. Just to make sure we have a couple extra runes of mana for the other runes that we're going to have to craft in a minute anyways. Thought something was breaking. It was the living rock generating. Make all of that. Okay. So 6 runes of mana. Just throw all those in the system for now. Bands of aura. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick them all out of my inventory. Upgrade them to greater bands of aura. What's the actual stats on the Band of Aura as well? Like so Botania should say it. Um, Trinkets and accessories, Band of Aura. Okay, so it just kind of generates mana on you. I assume that the greater band just, like it says, does it much quicker. Probably like it's probably still only like a mana a second or something small. Not sure. Okay. Anyways, we got our 4 greater bands of aura. Let's see. Industrial agglomeration factory. We need blocks of lapis. Block of mana steel. Sure, I'll just make a stack of those. Terrestrial agglomeration plate. We actually had some of the extra runes for that already. Perfect. Okay, agglomeration factory. Mechanical mana pool is going to need a diluted mana pool. Conjuration catalyst, which will need an alchemy. Okay, so I need 2 alchemy catalysts. Let's make 4 brewing stands. Alchemy catalyst. Secondary one. Conjuration catalyst. Then this one needs the Bifrost. We just need a Dragonstone and a Diamond. Yoink. Rod of the Bifrost. Oh, wait. Oh, Alph Glass, which then requires Mana Glass. I forgot it's kind of an obtuse multi-step process here. My Magna back on. I was like, I don't know where that went. Do I need the Mana Glass directly for anything? It's subbing for normal glass in the recipes. If we do need it for something else, we can just get more later. We'll have the mechanical mana pool, no big deal. That's the thing. We are going to need a mechanical gateway at some point too, but that one can wait a little bit. The gateway part's not too bad. That's our Alpha glass. Now if we put this in here with our Bifrost blocks. Perfect. So, fabulous stuff with a normal mana pool. There we go. Fabulous mana pool. With that, we can make ourselves the mechanical mana pool. Perfect. Take him off the list. Mechanical runic altar. So any of the advanced runes, I think? Is what that was showing? Yeah, so it's lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, so any of the 7 sin runes. I don't know which one's the easiest. Pride. What runes do we have? We have Rune of Mana, and we have 7 runes of the earth. Which one can you be made into? So you'll make summer and winter. Okay, so if I make winter, I can also make Rune of Wrath. And then Wrath can be used for our mechanical. Okay. Um, so Rune of Wind cakes. Hmm. The issue is I have a limited amount of things for this, I think. Actually, like I've got a bunch of wheat, I've got eggs. I only got 7 milk buckets though. I still need runes of water that way anyways. Greed, sloth, wrath, envy. Air and summer. I suppose we'll do runes of lust then, because I remember these ones not being too bad. Air, and then summer is air and earth. Okay, well, convenient. We have that one at least still. Okay, rune of air. String, feather, carpet, mana steel, mana powder. Mana powder. Be any of these guys thrown on in. Let's grab some gunpowder, actually. Might as well. We have more of it, and we don't use it for anything. Or not anything in significant amounts, at least. There we go. That's fine. We needed carpet. Let's grab a stack out. And feathers. We don't have a ton of them, but we have a decent amount. We have enough for some runes, no problem. So carpet, feather. I already forgot the other two. It was okay. So it was steel and powder and string, which we do have a decent amount of. Go. There we go. Make 6 runes of air. Should be fine. Rune of summer. Mountain slice, slime ball, double sand. Melon slice. Melon. Nature essence. Easy peasy. Cool. Let's grab that by hand. Slime balls. I don't think we have any specialty stuff for this guy right now yet. What's our recipe for these guys? Okay, we're still just making them with the biomass variant. We have 15 anyways, actually. We don't even need to make more right now. That's fine. Grab this. 2 sand, melon slice, slime ball, and 1 of our runes of air. What else are you missing? Melon slice, slime ball, 2 sand, rune of air, oh, and rune of earth. Let's see, so we have 6 runes of earth, 5 runes of air. Do we keep those runes? Do we get them back? Yes, we do. Okay. Alright, now the question is, do we keep them on making the specialty rune as well? So what do we have? We have summer and air. I just saw which one that was, and then I already forgot it instantaneously. With 2 mana diamonds. That's the rune of lust that we're making. So 2 diamonds, summer, air. Let's see. I can't remember. I feel like the advanced runes, like these ones, might take up the rune. No, we get our summer back. Okay, perfect. Well, that's not too bad. Just mana cost, really, and 2 mana diamonds. Let us make a few of these guys then. There we go. Okay, that is 3 runes of lust. Perfect. Let us make another runic altar. We'll just use a mana diamond since we already have one on us. Bam, mechanical runic altar. Okay. And mechanical apothecary. We have everything for that. Just make a petal apothecary real fast, and it'll take 3 of our other black petals that we have in there apparently. Mechanical apothecary. Okay. So, with that, we should be able to move into a little bit of a nicer set of machinery here. I believe all of these machines right now can operate off of sparks, correct? Yes. Okay. So I can just give them sparks and they'll work immediately. Ah, in the mechanical mana pool, if I wanted to use one of the things, I would put another like catalyst of some kind in there. Okay. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. So, do I have more sparks in the system? I do have at least one. Make a few more. Oh, I guess that one doesn't need one. Duh. Okay. Mechanical runic altar. Industrial agglomeration factory. These guys all are buffering a good amount of mana. That guy's buffering a million. Makes sense. He takes at least 500k. And this guy has slots for water. And our stuff is completely drained. Fantastic. Alright. Let us grab some cable. I was gonna do it like this. Actually, if I break these, do they lose all their mana? Which one has the least? 250k. Do you keep your mana storage or no? No. Okay. Alright. Never mind. They're staying here for now. Rip. 250,000 mana in my runic altar. Unfortunately, one of the ones I'll need to have mana. Okay. Pattern provider. Get our cutting knife out as well. Runic altar. Mana pool. Agglomeration plate. Apothecary. Okie dokie. Now, I don't know if these guys push or not, but I suppose we will just have to find that out. Let us see, recessive. Two runes of the earth will be used for those, that's fine. Where's my... There you go. Put recessives on those guys too, so we'll take some of the mana out of there to keep these guys filled up. That is so funny. They don't have enough range, maybe? No, it definitely should. Maybe the runic altar doesn't request any until it actually gets a recipe. Feels weird that it'd have a preset bar though in there then. Okay. So I guess let's look at the wither aconite that we have up here. And just hold A and try to list all of these flowers. Self-aware wither data model, by the way, as well, I've just observed as a requirement. Very interesting and good to know. Well, bright side, I think we have I see. I never actually set up the withers again. I totally forgot. Oh. Give me 3 simulation chambers. Let's see, wither prediction, and also wait, that's funny. Wither gives ender prediction stuff. Didn't even notice. Okay. Pipes. Not tinies. Give me smalls. give me my wither data models. So I will take out 3 of these guys. I guess we'll just operate on 1 aconite for now. 1 second. I was brought a subway delivery. Perfect. Okay. So these guys are all set up. And then if I just use our crystal binder on me here. Cool, it's still linked to this guy. 1, 2, 3. He will fill all of these guys perfectly. Cool. And now for now, this is just going to make wither predictions that'll end up in our system. So it's not going to make us more nether stars, but we do have a backlog right now of 157,000 of these guys. We would only, with 1 wither aconite, if we had constant mana generation, would be using 1 per second. So that'd be, or 1 per 100 seconds, so 100 x stats. So what is that? 157 million? Let's add the 3 zeros on it. Divide that by 60. That gives you just a shit ton of minutes. Divided by 60 again for hours. Divide that by 24. 1,800 days. We used our 1 nether star constantly every single time for the burn or whatever. It would take 1,800 days for it to run out of nether stars from right now. So I think we'll be fine, and we'll set up prediction automation again at some point. Yeah, not too bad. Anyways, that set up, we can start messing with some of these recipes. So wither aconite itself, perfect. It uses the wheat seed. Fantastic. We'll upload this to the... Oh! It actually put in Petal Apothecary. Unfortunately, I just named it Normal Apothecary, so it didn't actually come up in the search immediately. So we're going to take the Wither Aconite off the list. That's fine. We'll go through all of the petals later for crafting. We'll just do this for now. Apothecary. Apothecary. Alright. Alloyer. You've got a bad recipe in you. Which one are you? This one. Give that back to me. You're not supposed to know how to make an endoflame. That ain't your job. Okay. Apothecary. Exoflame. I'm just drawn to putting it into the alloyer for some reason. And effectively what we're going to do, as per usual, we are going to order ourselves the aconite, and everything that we're missing, we'll just slowly chip away at those recipes real fast. Bit of a process. Okay, aconite. God, it's going to be missing so much. Okay, so... That's tough. Alright. We're going to have to get all of the recipes out of this guy and tweak them all now. Because they're... It has water storage, so I should be able to push water directly into it. I believe at least. We're actually gonna have to mess with all of these. One bucket of water instead of one water bucket. Perfect. Just right clicking with the water instead of left clicking to make sure that I actually set it to just normal water instead. And this should have the system just push the water with it. At least that's the hope. Okay, one bucket of water for all of these. Okay. In the good way instead, so that it's not a requirement. One thing I also want to do, lock crafting until primary crafting result is returned on all of these guys, because I feel like that will be required to not do any just weird stuff. Okay, back to Aconite. Okay. Let's get all of the petal types out of the way here. Redstone root as well, whatever that is. What are you getting used for? I think we can... God, are those recipes enabled substitutions? I'm not sure. Okay. It does not seem to have that as a thing, so we'll have to figure out which one's trying to use the purple mushroom real fast. Also, redstone root. Do you need redstone root? Okay, you do. Alright, on the bright side, that's just craftable? Yeah, we can probably just craft the grass with this recipe. Surely we can get one of the sets of leaves in some other format. I doubt we'll need too much of it. If we do, I guess we can automate grass with a botany pollinator or something. Okay, let's go through and make sure none of these have. Okay, so light blue mushroom, purple mushroom, magenta and purple mushroom. Okay, so these guys are going to need to be manually adjusted real fast as well. So I should be able to just use, yeah, magenta petal. So two magenta petals, purple petal, and code. You are going to be two purple petals, dandelion, Purple petals. I scrolled and it was wiping out the other things. Get our water back. A little tedious of a recipe to set. Scroll this way to make sure. There we go. Encode. This guy. Light blue. And it needed 2. Okay. That should handle the mushroom situation. Go back to ordering our aconite real fast. You see, I'm surprised that it has an issue with the wither data model, considering I have a wither data model that's at self-aware. Grab my aconite real fast. We'll encode it with the wither data model I have in the system and see if it likes that instead. It does. Okay, good enough. And it needs a Gaia spirit as well. Okay. So once again, go to press A on all of these guys. Perfect. That's all of the relevant petals. Mystical yellow petal will be a yellow flower. Pattern core. Pattern core. Green petals. Oh. Alright, give me back my green petal. You're a bad one. It's a tall petal plant this way. Green petal, so normal flower. Normal flower this way. Gray petals. Yeah, make sure you're doing the recipe that's only 2 so that it's not trying to use the tall flower variant. Blue petals. Redstone root. We'll do it with grass. Grass, we'll do it like this. It's funny how many patterns we've already added to our pattern core. Down to only 300 left already. That's how many crafting recipes we've put in. Pretty cool if you think about it, honestly. Significant amount. Our pink petals and light grays. Okay, aconite. This should just really be asking for runes now. Yep, and the Gaia. Okay. Set up all of these runes, and then the best part is we're gonna start encoding these rune recipes, and then they're going to require more runes. Runic altars, last page. Okay, so it's gluttony. Sloth. Wrath. Okay, I was making sure I'd actually clicked encode on that one first. Could not remember. It's funny because I really am just like kind of all in on the fact that these are gonna work exactly as I want them to, and that these recipes, will all implement properly. Winter, air, earth, autumn, fishing rod. Nether brick. Sure. Oh gosh. Winter. Get it back. You ain't in the wrong place. Oh no. Did I not just send that to... Oh, it since it was marked as a processing pattern, it must have blocked it from uploading to it. Perfect, perfect. Okay, runic altar. Let me do I have ice essence, right? Yeah, cool. Do ice essence as that, and then cake. Could be more efficient with cake bases, I suppose, if I use an alloy smelter with flour or whatever. I really feel like it. We'll just code this. Give me milk. Upload that to crafting. Okay. One of air. Send this guy to the runic altar. Earth. Autumn. Fishing rod. Nether brick. Smelting. Netherrack. Okay. We have 75,000 netherrack in there, but I'll give him the recipe anyway. Alright. Now the Aconite's gonna need a few more things net out for the other runes. Oh, actually, just the milk that we're missing. How many cakes did it need? I guess it needs a lot of runes of winter. Okay. So, milk, living rock, and Gaia's spirit is all it says we're actually missing for the Aconite. Literally no idea how accurate this is. What we can do actually, what we really should have done immediately, truly, was pick like one of the smaller flowers. Yeah, like give me an endoflame. Well, shit, that worked great. Oh, interesting. Why does the petal apothecary do that? It makes like the block underneath the guy. Okay. So multiple questions that I'm curious about now. Can I put a pipe in the same spot? Nice. Okay, I can. Perfect. Extract. Just curious if the spark was going to do anything with the pipes that was going to cause a problem. How about I just do this and click extract? Nice, and it does put in the water just like it needs to. Perfect. Okay, so it can autocraft the petals. Hopefully that means everything else will autocraft just fine too. Um, the runic altar not having any mana in it worries me, but the fact that these guys have mana, so that means they've been catching up, and it still doesn't, makes me think it probably doesn't ask for mana until it needs it. That's at least the hope. So, okay. All right. Well, it needs a Gaia spirit. Let us see what our layout for the Guardian of Gaia is. Um, challenges? No, no, this is asking like they're like automated challenges or whatever. Terrasteel. I forget where that would be in. all the basics. Mana manipulation. All the flower types. The other flower types that are functional rather than just generating. Natural apparatus. This covers brewing, alchemist stuff, Terry Bozu. I think this is the plant that keeps, yeah, stops it from being bad weather. Mystical items. What's equestrian virus? Oh, you just make not only a zombie horse or a skeleton horse, but it also gets much better stats. Interesting. Completely useless for me, but I don't know, it's something for the mana blast or whatever that is. I mess with that. All the different rods and stuff, which are okay sometimes. Trinkets and accessories. Is it mythic botany? No, this is what adds the wither aconite. Specialty rituals or whatever. The Alfheim stuff. Alpha man. Okay, here we go. Ritual of Gaia. You need your active beacon with Gaia pylons surrounding it. I just use iron blocked because it doesn't really matter. Okay, he does visualize this too. Perfect. Cool. Okay. Let's do a quick little visualize. Base area isn't that big. We'll use one of the big rooms that we have. Probably on that ship. I think our big room's empty on that one. Since it's like, you know, mob related, I think it'll fit on that one. Let us grab. It all needs to be grass, doesn't it? I want to say it does. Grab a bunch of glass blocks real fast. Gaia pylon. Ooh, you craft these off the Alf Steel ones now? Like, it's fine. I can do it, but I'm sad about it. Is that in the normal Botania quest book? That's funny. There was a thing for this the whole time. It actually might not even need grass underneath it nowadays. Curious if this just kind of works. Like, if this is a setup I can do just in the room. Mm. Okay, well I made a bunch of grass, but we'll try it without grass first. Let's get a beacon. Let us craft 4 mana pylons. 2 sets of the nuggets. We can craft the Natura pylons. Or the Alsteel pylons. Just make sure it wasn't a quest, or if it was, I could get it. For the Gaia pylons. Bam. Get ourselves some iron blocks. It has to be an active beacon. Thankfully, we have glass on all the roof stuff here. Oh yeah, we have our one spawner in here. I think we have this guy. Yeah. Like, I feel like we have something in here with Silk Touch on it. We'd made this premium pickaxe for it. Perfect. We'll just put the spawner away for now. Okay, and then visualized. And hopefully right there is good. Hopefully it's not going to be a menace about it. Beacon, which is active. Can't just click it right on, right? Nope. Let's use some cob. I remember this stuff used to be very strict on how its fighting area was formed. I'm curious on if that strictness has come down or not. Let's just try to shove the Terror Steel in. Oh, ironing it. Speed, sure. Okay. Uh, I have some on me. Still plays his jamming music. Let's wipe the pixies. They usually do a bunch of true damage. Or whatever it is. Is he deflecting my projectiles? Oh, you know what actually? Thankfully he doesn't really seem to be doing much damage. By that much damage, I actually means no damage. Okay, he's gonna spawn in all of his like little baby mobs now. I forget how many monster waves he does. I think 2 or 3. This is the default fight, so this one's not hard. I think this is 6 waves so far. Okay. Oh, and I only have to kill him a few more times. I also got 8 Gaia spirits from that. Okay. Not terrible. So we get 8 Gaia spirits. Very nice. Then this is how it talks about the recommendations or whatever. This is telling you about the mana pool to like direct mana quantity amount or whatever. What does it take for our 256k? Okay, so it's 3 Gaia Spirit per. But other than that, it's pretty cheap. I'm curious if the Guardian of Gaia counts as like if the upgraded variant still counts as well for this guy. Trivia dot doppelganger. Maybe? Not sure. Well, unfortunately, that means we're gonna need at least a little bit more Terra Steel. Which just don't really have. I guess actually we got a bit of mana in there. Hmm. What's our mana collector take again? Let's encode this guy. So he's just a crafting recipe. This one will just be a crafting recipe as well. We'd have to make the Dreamwood on our own. That's fine. Gaia Spirit ingots. Put that recipe in. Rune of Vanaheim. Gonna need another Terror Steel as well. Forgot about that. Send that guy into the Runic Altar. Elven Gateway Core. Crafting recipe. Terror Steel nuggets. Crafting recipe. So we need Pixie Dust, 2 Terror Steel, 4 Gaia Spirits, 6 Dreamwood. Oh. I guess let's do our recipe for Terror Steel. Might as well, right? Send this to Agglomeration Plate. Duh, starts with an A. Okay. Well, we have 1 Terror Steel now. So it's gonna want to craft 1 more. So it just wants the Pixie Dust, the 4 Gaia Spirits, and the 6 Dreamwood. Throw in all of our stuff here. So Living Wood. Get our 6 of that or whatever. Let's also grab some logs. Prep another half stack of that for now until we make one of the automated daisies. And then mana dust or mana powder, I think. Okay. So actually, not mana powder. Well, that's gonna just sit in my system forever now. Mana pearls. Is it 1-to-1? Yeah, it is. Whoops. Okay, collector. Let's see if you are gonna work or not. Did I not just give you Dreamwood? Dreamwood logs. That's so stupid that they have like the variations or whatever now. My silk touch up, take my 1 back. There we go. Okay, mana collector. Let's see. It's pulling mana. It's crafting runes. And they're working. Spring just finished. Nice. This one's the Rune of Anaheim. Well, damn. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, what automation will do. A beautiful time to be alive. Okay, mana collectors are good. Perfect. Let's make ourselves a Fluix mana pool. I'm gonna encode it. I literally just might as well. There we go. Okay, and since we should have a little bit of Gaia Spirit stuff left, mana cell. These are super storage cells. What's their difference? Store mana types too. Oh, these are mega mana cells. So you make a normal mana cell housing, and then you agglomeration plate it with 2 million. No. Yeah, no, 2 million mana. Eesh. 256k probably. Fine by now. Fine for now, I think. Crafting recipe and crafting recipe. Sure. Well, that just finished instantaneously. Love that. Must have just already had everything needed for it. So if I put this guy in the system now, 256,000 mana. So our system now has the ability to accept that. So if I put oh, I thought I was typing. Then I just started doing keybinds all over the place trying to type in dominant. Give me a dominant augment. Actually, probably don't want a dominant augment. I'm not sure what I want now. I think about it. Hmm. Let's go back to the botanical machinery section. Do you have a collector over here? Here's some of it talks about it. Fluix maniple. Because I know that if this is connected to the system, that's like how it reads it. But I think the collector itself needs sparks. I just don't know if it'll autofill and take out of the system or not. I guess the idea actually is just let's put the collector down. Can I like link stuff to it? So let's break these. Let's break these. Let's break this guy. Let's put down a Luke's maniple right here with a spark on it. Put a spark on this guy. Break all of these. Give this guy recessive augment. There we go. Now that all of these guys lost their thing, if I put them in here instead. Ah, okay. So this is heading into our fluid mana pool, or our fluix mana pool. Okay, and then we do mana. We have 1.77 pools of mana. Hey, that's pretty cool. Okay. Very nice. It's also completely drained the mana out of our other things. Uh, well, good thing that was the wall instead. Let's take the recessive augments off of these guys real fast. This guy back for now. We'll swap this out to one of the like the little smaller blocks too. We'll eventually be able to break this whole setup down. This guy's working consistently. That's nice. Now the question is if this pool actually provides or not. I'm not sure. Or if I'd need another pool with reset issues, I'm not sure. Google Fluix mana pool. I don't know. Maybe the play. This guy's recessive. This guy's standard. So this guy will always cede to this one. And then maybe we just put dominant sparks. Fire rune. Give me one more. Not 1,000. Give me one more. Just make this guy real fast. Perfect. Okay, let's put... My issue is... Yeah, I know for a fact this is filling from that. So what if I put a dominant here? Alright, now... Okay, it does fill from the Fluix mana pool. Cool. So we just need dominance on our machines, standard on our mana pool, and recessives on our mana providers. Or in this case, the mana collector that's generating. Okay, okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm getting this under control. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Alright. Aconite. This guy needed pixie dust, milk, and a good bit of living rock. So let us prep the living rock first. Definitely gonna want to get one of the better daisies soon. I'm gonna get the aconite first though. I'm gonna prep that before I spend too much more mana on anything else that I don't like directly need right now. Um, milk. So we're gonna need a cow. Grove. Sure. We'll just do it in here. We'll just wipe the 6 waves on our own real fast. No biggie. This guy'll spawn in 6 cows and chickens and stuff. Couldn't see him through the thing. Where's that? How did? It must have spawned behind me through the wall. Also funny, I can see the particles through the wall sometimes in some spots. Spiders. Oh, I think one of them gave me a coin. Wait, 4. How many waves are in this one? 6? Nope, just 4. Cool. Last wave. Okay. So, um, capsule? Yes. Monster capsule. Cyclic. Monster ball. You're all mine now. Come here. Yoink. 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 This will make my life easier for the future if I need these guys. Well, I will eventually need them because I'm going to set up the seeds for all of them at some point. Where is he? I'm hearing it. Oh, I know where he is. Like, I'm hearing a chicken. Where am I hearing it? Huh? Is he falling to his death? Eh. Do the capsules make noise occasionally? Maybe? I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I know there's a chicken somewhere. It's definitely directional. I don't know. Not my problem. Um, rancher? Let's do all those. Okay, let's get a rancher. I'm pretty sure this guy does automatically milk the guys for us. Sure, that one's non-partitioned. We just have a fluid cell available. Let me see. Actually, we don't even need a thing, actually. Fluid drawer. Type in fluid here, fluid drawer. Good old flux point right here. Let's check that this actually produces milk. Yeah, okay, that'll be fine. Linking tool from our storage controller. There you go. Welcome to the club. Diamond upgrade. Pipe. Then once it's actually processing, it goes quite quickly. Perfect. No milking cooldown or anything. Cool. That solves that issue. Okay, Wither Aconite. Actually, kind of want to be over here. I want to look at the Petal Apothecary while it works. Pixie Dust. Oh, and I need to mine the Living Rock that I wanted. So we know Pixie Dust is Mana Pearls, not the Mana Powder, which does nothing. Just will sit in there as MPT data until I break this portal eventually. Run that. Run this extra bit of Living Rock. We got 1.8 mana pools worth of stuff. I think that'll be fine. Okay, Aconite. Looks good to me. That's pretty cool, man. It's waiting on rune crafting. It's got to craft up a bunch of runes to get the last of the few flowers done. I think once this rune finishes, it'll do another flower. Oh, it even does a little animation on it? Damn. See, this is pretty cool, man. This is way better than all the normal, like, semi-jank setups I end up having to do with Botania. Like, I went, did a little bit of work, set up the blocks. They were a little more expensive, but, you know, is what it is. Prepped all the patterns. And it's just glorious. Just glorious, man. Rune of the Sloth's about to finish. There it goes. Now it wants to make a few more sets of runes of water here. What are you making? Oh man, is there a conflicting recipe? No, surely not, right? Or is this just from... Is that from things that weren't taken up? Oh gosh. Okay, I wanted to craft the bubble. It didn't use the rune of water or the pixie dust, so it probably used the rune of summer instead for something. What did we get instead from this? That shouldn't have had a minor hiccup. Alright, so we'll just cancel this. We request Aconite on whatever else we need. Ah, alright. Cancel. So primary crafting result is returned. Alright. I cannot fathom what it all just made. Oh, let's grab a bucket. That's so funny. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's got one extra bucket of water in there, I suppose. Aconite. Jeez. Mystical cyan petal. Oh, you know what? Actually, I might not have had to teach it. I might have already had enough cyan petals in there. I'm like, why is this not a recipe? It's one of the flowers that I already had flower stuff for. Okay, lock until crafting's received. All right, so minor hiccups in the aconite production here. Orchid, orchid ignim, intrapinium, hydrangeas. Okay, so that's what's the hydrangeas recipe? Oh, well, that's a problem. Is that one of the things fixed in a patch note actually? Change log. It is. It is indeed. So yeah, hydrangeas and pure daisies. So what's the aconite actually missing now? Uh, oh, I was like, why is it showing that that's gone? So we just need the bubble. Okay, let's click on that guy. So it is in the patch notes that this crafting dysfunction is fixed. So I assume they did a small recipe tweak to them so that this guy's not messed up. It is in the more recent patch notes. What do we need? A summer and a water rune. Summer water, pixie dust. Two cyan, light blue, and blue. Blue petals. Two light blue petals. And two cyan petals. And a seed. With a bucket of water. I don't know why I threw the seed in first. I literally know that's not how that works. Give me the seed back. Okay. Throwing everything else. Now throw in the seed. Okay, we'll make the bubble manually. Wither Aconite. Craft him. It's a maiden. A little apothecary. Wait, is that more than 16 ingredients? No, I think it's 16 ingredients and a seed. You're in here, right? Oh, because it broke again or whatever. There we go. Crafting results returned. Wither Aconite. Go. Let me see. No. It is too many things. That is what it is. I was just double counting right there. That's a menace. So there's too many different flowers and stuff in here real fast. Have to go and yoink all these things real quick. Fine, a lot of these will be at the one. Our wither data model. Hydrangeas we have 3 of now. So hydrangeas, got our lunium, our gormialis, dandelion, orchid, orchid ignum, falling candidae, the exoblaze. We have the endoflame right there, high size dream, exoflame. Well, I like the entropinium there, but I don't actually think we have it yet. We do, it's in my hand. Okay, entropinium's good. Metamorphosis. Hopperhawk, I see it. Our bubble. Okay. Get ourselves a seed. And oh, we can use that bucket of water we got. I think all of these guys in here. Uh Now I'm confused. Dang it. The update before that fixed the Wither Aconite recipe. Damn it. I'm outdated. My updates are messing me up. I can't do this recipe because it doesn't fit. It's gonna get fixed. But it is not fixed right now. So I'm about like 3 like baby versions behind what the most updated pack version is right now. Ah, dang it. Hmm. What all gets changed in these versions? Okay, let me check CurseForge and see what version I'm on directly right now. May have to do a quick little update here. Get onto the most recent version and get things going. So we're on 7.1. Okay, so 7.2. They fixed a few of the multi-block recipes, added extra dummy items for draconic fusion recipes. I guess they were having issues. Fixed the Wither Aconite craft. Changed polonium to antimatter recipe and added a new one. Changed the textures on the Masterful Machinery multi-blocks. Changed some of the power quest line. Changed computation for the Infinity block from 35 to 40. So you would need 14 Infinity blocks for Infinity 9 research instead of however many beforehand. Just saves you a little bit of Infinity, I suppose. Change the recipe for the loot fabrication plants. A new multi-block to generate predictions. So there's an actual prediction chamber multi-block as well. Okay. Fire tuned tier 2 multi-block. I don't remember the fire tuned having anything important. Disabled parallel processing for tier 1 and tier 2. Oh, for the Essence Forge. Okay. The Crystalline Ingot got an EMC value. Added a new dummy item, the Wither token. Fixed the Wither Aconite recipe. Added a recipe for the Dragon upgrade template. Fixed seeds not working with growth accelerators. Changed wireless transceiver recipe. Fixed textures and hydroponic beds. And then 47.3, which would be one more baby version after that. They fixed the hydrangeas and pure daisy craft recipes. Fixed Essence Forge parallel processing. Added IMI infinite lava, dirt, gravel, sand, dust, netherrack, endstone, blackstone, prosperity shard cells for the IMI system. I think to the shop for those. And then also the magmator can use soul lava. Okay. Well, it sounds like a fix, like a little update needs to happen here, because I'd like to do more Botania today, and I don't want to end the stream after an hour and 43 minutes. I'd like to finish this up, so maybe we do a small little intermission here. Um, hmm. Yeah, easiest method probably is to end the stream just to make sure that it doesn't bug out my stuff. The update. I don't want to spam ping people though. All right, we will try to go just to the intermission screen. Hopefully nothing weird happens there. Let's see if intermission screen. Okay, no, this one's not sized right. I need to fix this guy. It only works well if I'm actually still doing something else. So we'll drop you guys off back to the back soon screen. Give me about 10, maybe 15 minutes tops. We're going to try to get my modpack and the server updated. Don't worry, I'm going to pull it back up first real quick just to make sure in case something wrong happens here. And we shall see if we can get this all going. Log back on and then, yeah, hopefully progress more. Be right back. And with that small little intermission, we should be all nice and updated. Had to fix some of my other settings as well here. Let us see. Wither Aconite now. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 12. Ah, okay. It is definitely the 16 items only now. Okay, and also let's look at Bubble. Okay, Bubble's normal, so I'd assume they changed the hydrangea. Ah, it takes a piece of lapis. That was their disconnect that they did. Okay, okay. So, um, let us grab our Aconite out of here and our Bubble. Actually, I think the Bubble's fine. Alright, leave the Bubble as is. Aconite needs to get adjusted to this new recipe, though. And then set our water back to... Oh. Terminal settings. These got changed too, I guess. Don't sync with this. You can remember last search. Sure, that's fine. Use AE for this. Cool. And then also set to... We'll set it to small centered. Okay. Do water. Set it to water instead of water bucket. Encode this guy. Alright. Small little update to fix some issues. Happy that that seemed to go without any problem, hopefully. With a data model. Oh gosh. Oh, I know what happened. We already figured out last time that the MBT was a little off, obviously, on how these guys were matched. So we have to put in the data model directly from our system instead. There we go. With that. And this should just instantly craft. Dang it. And 9 water buckets. What in the world does it have 9 water buckets in the crafting recipe for? Oh god, what did I click? Put in the Aconite recipe. Take this out. Water. Right click that. Okay. Take out the Wither data model. Wither data model. Put him there. Encode. Jesus. God. Messing it all up, man. Aconite. Go! Yes! We have it! Gosh. Okay. Well. Yeah, we don't need that. Don't need that. Most of you guys are going to be irrelevant again. With this little demagnetizer. And just kind of doing all of these guys with our Aconite. Oh, bind mode. There we go. He's linked to the collector. Cool. I think the Wither Aconite requires Nether Star to be inside of the block effectively. But I think Precise Dropper. Let me grab some dirt. Pretty sure I can aim this guy straight down. Yep. Perfect. So I can tell this guy. This is the delay in ticks, right? I'm assuming. I'm assuming this is a tick delay, so 100 seconds would be 2,000 ticks. Okay, so that'd be quadruple this delay, actually. Alright, timer instead, maybe? Sheet base. Timer. Can I set this guy to a 2,000 tick delay? Um, 2050 tick delay. So 102 seconds. Uh, delay of 1. Mm. Actually, that probably works. Redstone, flex point. So delay of 1. Count of 1. Requires redstone. So this should only activate whenever this guy ticks over. Throw in a stack of nether stars real fast. Throw on our demagnetization coil on this guy so it doesn't take it. Then set this guy over to stars. And pipes. Ah, did they change my... But I think they buffed him. Yeah, now it does 200,000 items a second. Wait, is that a buff or is that a nerf? Okay, 1,000 buckets a tick. I want to say was like that was normal for those. I have no clue. Is 200 a second slower or faster? No, that's got to be slower, right? Hold on. Now we gotta go and make sure our stuff over here is working. Yeah, so this guy does 2,000 items a second, so he'll... Okay. These guys are still gonna all operate fine, right? Yeah, I think it waits until coal gets compacted. That's fine. The cow is just being mercilessly milked for 1,000 buckets of milk so far. Okay. I'm not really sure. We'll keep in mind. What in the world is that? How are you possibly over here? Precise dropper, and it dropped it to fucking Narnia. Okay, we're gonna throw it in there. We're just gonna trash that. It's just another star. It doesn't matter much to us. Joint. Joint. Okay, there we go. Extract. That'll keep this guy full of nether stars. So this did activate though. We did see that. It activated. Oh wait, is this operating? Let's look at our mana. Okay. So I assume this guy is working in here. Uh, the nether star's durability isn't going down. Am I wrong in thinking that it should have gone down by more? Oh, shows that this guy's full. Was the update bugged? Okay. Well, that was obviously a new one that just happened. Alright, so I'm assuming the faded nether star just doesn't update its durability properly. And it just gets eaten at the end of it. And it's just set to a faded. Yeah, okay. So yeah, they probably just don't update this every tick. It's just set to a faded nether star with the durability value or whatever. And it's just not constantly updated so that it's not, just being tracked consistently. And then it just gets eaten after the 100 seconds or something. I don't know, man. We'll we'll wait for another one to go through. Let's see. So 4,600 bytes, 4,653. So 256,000 divided by 4,653. So that's 155th. So 55 times 2.3. So it holds 127 mana pools worth of mana in the system. With just this one 256k. That's pretty good. It's not too bad, I don't think. Just gonna wait here until that starts showing. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say until that starts showing mana again. Okay, well. I guess it seems to be working. Yeah, that looks like the right weight. The white weight. Gosh, it's generating the 0.012 per second mana pools, which is the exact amount. Well, fair enough. Okay, so we have mana automation going quite quickly now too, at a fairly low cost. What's our wither predictions up to? Yeah, 982. Hmm. Let's fix my hydrangeas recipe real fast. Since we know that this guy got changed. Water. Go. Yeah. We have our terra steel recipes set here as well. So we can make like 4 more terra steel right now. Let's make 3 more. Let's have it make us some terra steel real quick. Very nice. Our deep learner needs 3 more. The chicken was invisible. Goodbye, chicken. Now I gotta go through the mob fight sections. Thankfully, not hard. It's a little tedious because you know you're stuck into the zoned in stuff or whatever, but it takes us a couple minutes per Gaia. Spend about 6 minutes or so on killing a few of these guys, and that'll get us our Guardian of Gaia data models set up to operational. Then we'll run one of the enhanced Guardians of Gaia, just out of curiosity. Yeah, definitely worth doing charge shots on him, because he takes like nothing from the baby shots. And he'll still do the teleport even though it's a small damage shot. One more hit, there we go, drop him into that, kill all the pixies. Jamming out. 1, 2. Okie dokie. Seems pretty consistent, so it looks like he always gives 8. That's nice. Once we kill this guy, we'll immediately go and set up his simulation chambers, because these are going to be useful later on. I know that we're going to need a bunch of the enhanced stuff later. Like, kind of a ridiculous amount worth, even. And so, as much of the Gaia essence or whatever as we can get would be quite nice. And this saturation really does just eliminate most damage that I take. It's very nice. No, my arrows. I'm finishing quests for killing enough mobs. I didn't even consider that being a thing. That was my like 10th witch, I guess, and like my 100th skeleton. Kill, kill, kill section. I don't give me anything. I'll get some XP levels, I guess. There we go. That should be basic. Yep, on all of our models. Perfect. Check our mana pools. Yeah, we're already back up to 4 mana pools of mana, even after ordering the extra ingots. Beautiful. Happy that's working. That's very nice. Always love to see a little system come together just as you'd want it to. Retrieval for Gaia, Guardian, Prediction, and Generalized Ender Prediction. Simulation Chamber. 4 more of these guys. You want all of these out. Put these down. Put a prediction on each guy. They'll get their prediction matrices instantly. And then grab our crystal binder. Perfect. He's got exactly 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he provides plenty of energy. Perfect. All these guys, they only have an accuracy of 5%, so it's going to be a while before they like are realistically generating a good amount. Like, it'll have to go through 50 simulations to get to the next tier. But you know, every tier is gonna give him like a 0.3% bonus or whatever. That is fine. Guys, spirit ingots. Yep, just the normal way, just a terrestrial ingot or whatever. So let's actually just order one. It'll make our terrestrial ingot. It'll take about, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds for this guy to craft. Should spit out, instantly craft the guy's spirit ingot. Perfect. That seed's expensive. What's it even do? Dude, it you will only need it for the super essence. But bar the super essence for the ultimate seeds and stuff, and Infinity 12 apparently, completely unnecessary. Oh, that actually has EMC too. Hold on. Hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions, quintillions. Hey, is that max long? Hold on. What is max long? Max long number. Yeah. It's pretty close to it at least. Yeah, it's very close to max long. Interesting. I wonder why they chose that. No. Let's see if the enhanced fight is any worse. Let's go and check Botania real fast. It says more powerful, and then this guy will give me the drop, so I get my dice of fate, and then I can roll for my other things. Oh, I guess I should have grabbed the model out and tested to see if. Okay, he's spawning a bunch of like magic areas of poison and wither, which do actually hurt a bit. It's just better off hitting him with the melee. I have super fast attack speed. It does kind of bop. Yeah, and unfortunately for him, the fight is not much harder for me. He still just gets kind of decimated. He actually makes my HP move slightly now, but it's like down 2 hearts and then back up. It just ticks me down, my saturation goes away, and then I take a little bit of damage for a second, and then my saturation comes back. There we go. Nice. Some Runes of Autumn. Bit more Gaia Spirit for sure there. Especially nice considering now that Gaia Spirits really are only, like, thing we need from this guy. But yeah, some extra runes and stuff, and some Dice of Fate. Let us see what we win on our first gamble of this series. Bam! King's Law, literally useless! It's miserable! It makes projectiles that just don't matter. It's so bad! Okay, anyways. That's fine. Okay, I did want to do some of the mana pool stuff too as well. So, mana pearls. Pool. Mana infusion. Mana diamonds. And sure, mana emeralds. I don't know if I'm actually need those. Mana glass. Mana powder. Mana quartz. Mana infused string. Not normal mana steel. We don't need that. I am thinking that none of this other stuff really matters. Yep. Okay. Mana diamonds. Mana emeralds. Mana glass. I'm actually just gonna take them all out. We're gonna do this one, but we're gonna give it gunpowder. Mana quartz. And an infused string. Okay. Go and throw. Not in the mana pool itself. What am I doing? Gosh. Okay, throw it all in there. Alright, I wonder, since this guy has a 1,000,000 mana cap, I wonder if he can still do the other recipes that need more than that. Because like some of the other stuff takes like 2,000,000. But he's just the industrial. Maybe I would need to upgrade to the basic agglomeration factory or whatever. Because yeah, Malachite's still in that realm on its own. That's what I need. I need a click on Malachite real fast. Elementium. So we need an Alfheim market. Click on this guy. Teach you. Teach you. Teach you as well. Glimmering living wood. Teach this guy. Daisy. Does it need a floating? Okay, it does. Do I make a floating flower? Lexico Botania, come back to me. Functional flora. Alright. Small Google. Floating flower Botania. So floating pure daisy has to be crafted with one of the other ones. But if I use like a pasture seed. Okay. Let us teach. Floating white flower. Pattern core pasture seeds. To the mana pool. Glimmering white flower. Mechanical daisy. Floating pure daisy. Forgot to actually do this last one. Mechanical daisy. Eh. Oh. Floating white flower. daisy. This one will be that guy out. Set him back to nothing. Okay, mechanical daisy. It's gonna make terror steel. Should instantly craft up the band and the mechanical daisy is perfect. Nice. God, I love when everything's just work. Pattern provider. Pipe. Kind of wonky. Extract. Living wood, logs, and wood. Sure, just in case. Living rock. Daisy. What else do you do? Anything else I care about? Actually, I guess it's more so the question. Nope. Actually, he doesn't even need to be on lock crafting. If it lets you stack, it can stack. I don't care. If it doesn't let it stack, then it doesn't let it stack. Also not a big deal. We have his things limited. Let's give him living rock and living wood as recipes. Perfect. Living rock and living wood logs. Okay. He doesn't need mana either. That guy's still generating mana as he should. How many pulls are we up to? 13. Nice. That's already 26 ingots or so of Terra Steel. Cool, cool. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. Alpha Market. Didn't already encode this guy, right? I did. Rune of Mana. That's so funny that I didn't do that one yet. I am surprised. Code this guy into our Runic Altar. Alpha Market. Crafting my Rune of Mana and my Terrasteel Ingot should do it at the same time. Finish the mana. Dude, beautiful. So I was given Subway earlier and I forgot to eat it. I realized again whenever I was on my intermission. Okay. I was making sure that was within range because I think Sparks only have a 12 block range. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna need another Spark and a Dominant Spark. Dominant. Perfect. Okay. Our Alfheim Market. Let's take a few of these things off here. Yep. Crystal Dragonstone, Dragonstone. Should we do enhanced ones or no? Okay, not all of them can do block forms, so we won't. We'll just do basics. Crimson Dragstone, Crystal, and normal Dragonstone. Dreamwood. Elementium. We'll do Dreamwood. We'll do them both. Dream wood and dream wood logs, sure. Alpha glass or mana glass, sure. Elven quartz. Malachite. Pixie dust. Saffron. Shadow. And I suppose Infinity 3. Fair enough. Yeah, let's go and get all these guys in order. Let's put them all out in our inventory, I think. Logs. Alpha glass. Elven quartz. Elven trade. This guy. Pixie dust. Saffron dragonstone. Shadow dragonstone. And sure, Infinity 3. We'll swap this guy over to block until primary crafting result is returned. I'll leave it like that with no restrictions. Might be a little slow. Might have to change it up later, but for now we're good. Not too shabby. Okay, so that handles. I think we're officially into all of Botania. It's chilling now. Let me order like 10 Elementium. How's this operate? Okay, that's good call by me to check this. I forgot. That checked. Will not block the same recipe type. Okay. I think we'll put that one on for this. So it can, it would put in 10 sets of stuff for Elementium. So now if I order Elementium again, it should just put in 20? Perfect. And this will always work just fine in the market, so that's fine. Very nice though. I'm happy with that. That's our basic Botania automation in order pretty much. We're gonna need for the mechanical guys to get upgraded into like their basic tiers. Bunch of malachite. Sheesh. Wait, this upgraded mana infuser seems kind of funny. Agglomeration. Can the agglomeration factory still do? Yeah, I can still do Outstill too. Okay, I have no idea why I'd make that infuser then. Oh, keep in mind not to make the mana infuser on accident. But yeah, so these guys, it looks like these will all be pretty standardized. I don't think we'll need to upgrade the apothecary unless I need to make thousands and thousands of plants at some point and need like a multiplier on them. But I don't think I need to upgrade those. But all of these other guys are pretty Malachite heavy. Yeah, so what is this? So it's 30 Malachite ingots each. That's pretty hefty considering that's, 0.75 mana pools a piece. So you're looking at 20 something mana pools of mana to make each guy. Not to mention my bad, the already 500,000 mana as well you need for the Terra Steel. So you're actually looking at 1.25 mana pools worth of mana. It's a little hefty in my opinion. But hey, fair enough, I suppose. They do supposedly work quite a lot better. I think the max does a stack at a time. So what is it? A stack, 32, 16, 8? Or does it scale differently? I wonder, like 4, 8, 16, 32? I think at a lower tier than the ultimate. Does the Botania book say it? Tiers. Doesn't tell you. Okay, so this is a greenhouse upgrade, so you can get up to 64 flowers per slot in the green. God, how many aconites would that be? I think I saw a screenshot of someone, and it was like it had like 16 blocks inside of the, like 16 total flowers capable inside the greenhouse. Does it tell you actually? No. This guy though, we know that he's some crimson, some blocks of netherite. Actually, let us get the greenhouse as a recipe here. What am I missing in here? Crimson ingots and crimson blocks. $2 million for a single crimson ingot. Sheesh. Not to mention it needs a saffron block. Okay, well upload that. Then it needs a saffron ingot. So this one's a agglomeration as well. Block of Terra Steel. Sure, upload that guy. Back to my saffron ingot. Malachite ingot. This guy goes into the agglomeration. Crimson ingot. Okay. This guy's also going to need, so Guy Spirit ingots, which we know. We did the saffron block just now. So shadow ingots. I'm pressing on these guys to make sure I don't lose them. Okay. Malachite block. That's just a crafting recipe. The saffron. Okay. I think I actually have all the recipes in for this now. I just throw them all inside of the agglomeration guy. Okay. Missing 700 mana steel, 400 Gaia spirits, and a crimson. Oh god. And that's it not even realizing the crimson block is 9 crimson ingots. Jesus. Ugh. 2100 mana steel, 1100 Gaia spirits. How many mana pools? Okay. Um Man, I'm only at 21 pulls too. Like, the Aconite's good, but not enough, apparently. Jesus. How much mana goes into one Crimson Ingot? Let's check this. Okay. 2 million. Let's call the Terrasteel free. We'll make a Terrasteel seed. You know, that's the goal here. We actually need to get to 36 mana pools of mana, and we'll be good. But we'll call the Terrasteel part free. No mana cost. We'll just use a seed for that instead. And Gaia Spirit's also free. It's gonna eventually just come in mass from the other stuff that we're working on. Okay, so ignore those. So we need 2 million for this. Let's pop up a calculator actually. 2 million. Saffron block needs 9 of these. So each one of these is going to be a million each. So plus 9 million. Terrasteel's free. And everyone's also going to need a malachite ingot, with Terrasteel still being free. So we'll need 9 of these as well. So we're up to 17 million mana already. That should handle this down to the saffron block. So now Shadow Ingot needs 1.5 million mana. And then we're going to need another malachite block, which is going to be another 750 each. With then the saffron ingot, which will require a million mana. And 1 more malachite ingot. Okay, so you need, for 1 crimson ingot, I think, you need 27,750,000 mana. So you need 27.75 mana pools per crimson ingot. Whew. That's expensive. Now my question, I suppose, is did I put mana in here? Um, mana tablet. Okay, so the quantum storage cells can hold mana. Well. All right. 256 million quantum storage cell. That's gonna take a while to craft. But put it on the system. It should automatically take in mana, hopefully. So we won't have like our 120 mana limit or whatever. At least that's the idea. Stack upgrade is very interesting. What does that take? Radiance alloy. Needs radiance. Needs radiance dust. Glowstone with uranium oxide. Okay. Easy. A little bit of a process, and that's just from atomic alloy, which we already have. Okay. Thermonuclear. What's this? Thermonuclear. Okay. Enriched thermonuclear. All right. Molten thermonuclear with enriched radiance. Okay. Molten thermonuclear is netherite with superheated sodium. Damn, that comes from the fission reactor, right? Yeah, fission and fusion reactors. Dang it. Okay, future me problem. I don't feel like doing that right now. I want to get to my mana pools of value already. If I get up to 36, I can make all the Terra Steel I need. And if we can get our Terra Steel seed operational in this little slot right here, that will both be the last of our tier 5 seeds here. And just really, really convenient. Okay. I guess while we wait on that, we do have some other stuff we can mess with anyways. So, these guys are up to 33%. So, our Guardian of Gaia's are already probably, yeah, had some predictions. um, okay. Yeah, so we have the prediction chamber multi-block now. How bad's this guy? Modeling and merging. What these guys need? There's something weird, right? Infinity 1. A radiator with platinum. We have plastic seeds, right? I spell it right, yes. Can we make Infinity 1? Are we there? Let me see. Infinity 1. Okay, so we already have recipes for everything but Ignitium, plastic sheets, Awakened Supremium, and Neutronium. Let's encode that guy. Ignitium, just an essence. And plastic sheets as well, also just an essence. So that's leaving us with just Awakened Supremium and Neutronium ingots. Awakened Supreme. Okay. I want a multi-compactor. Oh wait, did that multi-compactor? I feel like whenever I was just reading that right now, it just said something about a You get the Philosopher's Stone of Master Fusion. Okay, okay. Not that. So Awakened Supremium blocks can be obtained normally. Advanced Awakening Altar. I could also make, or I can just make these guys manually. The Awakening Altar. What's this guy? Yeah, a little tedious. How bad is he? It's a pretty big multi-block. Oh nice, they actually put all the different variable ports in there. Oh, that's cool. That must have been one of the updates. Looks like we need Awakened Supremium ingots anyways, previously for that, so. Doesn't change too much if we just make a normal altar for now. Gives you 5 more slots and an extra augment spot open. Neat. Um, there it is. I was like, where's the actual block upgrade? Okay. We can alter pedestal. Essence Vessel. Smelting Factory, Cobbled Soulstone. Huh? Okay. Yeah, I was just mining for it, I think. Right? Essence Vessels, Awakening Pedestal, Orange Wool, Orange Dye. This guy as well. 4 pedestals, the altar, and essence pedestals. What in the world was it called? Vessel? Yes. Okay. So we can put them like, I don't know, right over here. Very nice. Okay. So awaken Supremium blocks. Earth Essence, Water Essence, Fire Essence, Air Essence, Cognizant Dust, and Supremium blocks themselves. Let's actually set that up. How much do I need for that? Only 2,000 Inferium. 16 Prosperity Shards. That's fine. Take a little bit to craft this guy up. Master Infusion. Okay, so we need to get to Infinity 4 for this guy. Okay. So 3 gets directly promoted to 4? With no ratio difference? Okay. 3 is multiple of the 2s. And the 2s are the 1s, but all with different things. The 1.3, 6, and 9 repeatings. Which is Blitz, Basal's, and Blizz. Ain't that bad, just need to find all 3 of them. But I don't think that'll be too hard. And then obviously those guys will come off of 1s. That finish made our Supremium block. Fire, water, earth, air. I was like, actually, I shouldn't even need to search these specifically, because they should be the ones I have the most of. They are. Then Cognizant. Pretty sure they have like a wand or something you can use for this, but redstone also always works. Ta-da! Awaken Supremium block. And Awaken Supremium essence. This one guy is actually enough to make us 4 of the ingots. So, that's not too bad. That's effectively 4 Infinity 1. What all can I use the Infinity 1 for? Before we set up the irradiator in a second, which will be like truly all we need to actually get all these in, I think. Checking this. I have draconic. Oh, actually, problem. I have this recipe in the combination crafting. Don't actually have the awakened draconium yet. Awakened draconium dust is interesting. Just make it to the blocks like normal, I would assume. Yeah. Time has come. Hopefully everything's been well. Thank you, thank you. It's been going pretty good. Yeah, we'll need to set up fusion crafting before we can do that. We are slightly further away. I don't know. My brain saw that it had the recipe encoded. It's because I have the recipe for the core in or whatever. that it wants for the Infinity one. We're very close. Very, very close. Let's do a radiator real fast. Put him as a recipe. Cool, magnesium diboride. Magnesium diboride. Alloy smelter with boron and magnesium. What is it? Nuclear alloy smelter? Yep, there we go. A radiator. Do we got everything for this guy now? Perfect. Neutronium looks annoying. I don't think so. Grab this guy. Get ourselves a pattern provider. Cutting knife. Radiator. Side config. Up a push. Oh, it doesn't even need power. Ooh. Okay. It is slow, unfortunately. Because what was it? 2,000 ticks? I'm assuming upgrades can't go in here. Never mind. I see. I see what you mean. Transform items and fluids to the power of radiative flux. Needs to be placed in a reactor's wall. Okay. Alright. I have misobserved the operations on this guy. Alright. Never mind. I do agree. That does look really annoying. Okay. Not to Infinity 1 yet then. That's gonna have to wait a little bit. What are our mana pools at? 34.1. So we are almost there on the Terra Steel. Oh, let's give it Mana Steel and gets us a recipe. Oops. Once we get the Terra Stone, we can get that seed on. I think that'll be a decent enough stopping place for now. How long is left on this guy? He's down to about 14,000 more Ender Pearl dust. Let's help him out. There you go. Chomping through the last of it. I'm gonna throw on this one quantum guy. And I just kind of hope that he will automatically absorb mana. I hope he does. Because I saw I could partition mana into it, so it should be able to manage mana. That is our 256 million quantum cell. This guy will hold pretty much every type of thing. Okay. So it's also trying to hold energy. Alright. That's kind of what I thought might happen. Let me observe real fast. Inverter card. This is like a blacklist, right? Yes. Okay. Perfect. FE. Give me a battery. There we go. We will tell it not to use FE. That'll be an inverter card. What else do I want this thing to not hold? Right now. Right now, just that. I just don't want it to hold power. Hopefully that means it'll... I guess if it needs the power, we'll drain that out first. Also, funny, the card has EMC value. 3.76 million. You just dupe it. Okay, so what's our mana pool situation? Oh, dang. Terrasteel Seeds. You need 72. That's 36 mana pools. It's got to craft some of the mana diamonds and pearls and stuff too, though. Why? Hold on. Oh, duh, to actually make the Terrasteel itself. I'm like, why does it need that actually? Just to make the Terrasteel. I'm dumb. That makes sense. We'll wait a little bit longer and let it stack some more. I guess while we do that then, what's our blocker on this guy? Oh, ultimate singularity. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. That's a little expensive. Just a little bit. I wonder what the most expensive thing here is. Awakened Supremium Ingot Singularity? Oh, 1250 though. Could be worse. Zirconium, probably just 20,000, right? Oh, 7,500, not even. Unobtainium is for 500 units. There's the multi-compressor, but the the multi-compressor is blocked, right? No? Oh, it's the multi-compactor that's blocked, I think. I think that's what it is. Okay, so shit tons of these abyssal blocks. How in the world do you even get this? I've never even seen this before. Alloyers with echo shards, diamond dust, netherite, scrap. How many blocks was that? 2,770. So I guess that's only 25,000. That's probably kind of slow though. 556 blocks of all the modium. Okay. Well, that's expensive. Yeah, and you're at Infinity 4 before you can even get a Ultimate EMC. It's not to mention like well into EMC. Yikes. Is he the worst part of this though? Yeah, 8x cobble, that's fine. Plastic construction bricks, these guys are easy. We already have plastic. Divinium essence, that's just the upgraded stuff. Oh damn, I guess he's forcefully locked behind Infinity 4 actually then. Because you can't make this normal infusion crystal, so you'd have to get the master, so you have to get Infinity 4. Okay, so Infinity 4 at the minimum is required for these guys. Then once you get the Philosopher's Stone or whatever there, what do you need for the transmutation table? Okay, so you need to get to Infinity 7. That's what gets you, well, actually, hold on. Energy condenser. Okay, no. So, Infinity 4. Infinity 4 gets you to usable EMC with the energy condenser. And then you gotta push forward through that to Infinity 7. And see. Well, that's gonna be some projects. Multiple of them. Oh, you can have my quantum storage back. A little backflow guy. Okay. Well, what's our mana pools looking like? 40. I think 40 mana pools will be enough. Let's try to craft our Terra Steel Seeds. Let's go and watch it go. Agglomeration Factory in it. Mechanical mana pool is just popping. Making these guys. Not too shabby. It's gonna be a little slow, but that's fine. That is all it needs though. It's gonna craft up the last for these guys. That'll be all of the mana pearls done. And then it's gonna craft up 50 of the mana diamonds. This is being limited actually by the spark speed. Let's encode that. I don't think I'm gonna upgrade him right now, but I can encode him. Ooh. Damn, he's expensive as hell. Jesus. Okay. My bad, man. My bad. God. Cause yeah, I'd want at least 2 of these. I want one for my mana collector, and I'd want one for my Fluix pool, so I could send out my buffered internal mana. It is 25 times better than a normal spark. You know what I actually could do? Ignore that for now. I just go like, bink, bink. There we go. Twice as much mana throughput from the system now. Still not quite as much as it can like run at full speed with, but that will make it 2 times as fast at least. Could be worse. Okay. So it's got 46 more of those ingots. That's all he needs for that. We're a bit out. We're going to need to work on apparently quite a bit more. Get access to everything else. Get a bunch of the Guardian Guide predictions. Go 4 at a time, right? Yeah. Contemplating if I want to automate these or not. Specifically automate the loot fabricating. Like, definitely, right? Because I'm going to need a ridiculous amount of them. But at some point, I do also need the predictions themselves. I'm just contemplating it. At what point does that matter? Hmm. Mm. Trying to think about how I want to do that. Because you could like use some level of like, like some kinds of like level emitters or something. You could also manage it to where like you have one simulation chamber that feeds just into the system or something, so you're stacking up their predictions default, and then you have, your other three normally that are not. But then at the same time, how does that really matter that much? If you think about it, considering where is it? Open. Like if you actually look at the predictions themselves and what you need them for, like ultimate boss prediction. I need them for the ultimate prediction. I'll need an ultimate boss, miscellaneous vanilla, neutronium nuggets, and pile of neutrons. This ultimate prediction I will use for creative items and the ultimate seed. I only need 8 for the ultimate seed. And then like, I'll need Infinity Catalyst and stuff, I guess, for other things later on, but once I get to that point, once I get to the ultimate seed, this guy, for one, makes Crimson Dragonstone off rip, which is pretty nice. But he makes Infinity Essence, Ultimate Gems, Ultimate Heart, Ultimate Predictions, and such. So I really only need to get to 8 of these ever that I hand make. And then you just go to the seed immediately and then upgrade from there. Ah, it was nothing. Just checking. I don't normally get too many pings to my phone. But yeah, so I only need like 8 of those. I only need 8 of these Ultimate Hearts. Need all sorts of the netherite tiered ingots. Oh, the thermonuclear on these guys and stuff. Pretty hefty. And then quite a lot of singularities. So yeah, so you need 16 ultimate singularities. Potentially even more than that, huh? You also need for infinity blocks. Okay, infinity ingot, infinity catalyst. Every catalyst needs one of these. Okay. Yeah, it's quite a lot. My question, because I saw people in the Discord talking about this, about needing like 502 of each singularity or something like that. Maybe 504. Yeah, it must have been 504. But I don't know why. I feel like they might have been talking about needing them for infinity ingots to get a certain amount of blocks of infinity blocks. Probably for research. Because I guess you would need 4 sets of singularities per, but that still seems off. I feel like you would just go to your other stuff first. Plus the ultimate seed's blocked by something that I'm not noticing. Ultimate block. Yeah, like that's not like that's not easy, but it's also not crazy hard. Creative control circuit. Nothing super hard there. Ultimate gems. 0 slates, but it makes 12 per set of the gems or whatever. And yeah, so you only need one set to even make this. Just double checking these guys. Yeah, so all the modium, vibranium, and unobtainium are going to be pretty annoying with these. But everything else, it doesn't seem too terrible. Obviously, one Crimson Dragonstone block, but that won't be anything crazy by then. 4 blocks of Definium. Empowered Super Block, we can already make those. Turning blocks. I guess maybe these? Pile of neutrons. Neutron collector. Funny, they have upgraded variants. Okay, anyways, alright, so this guy. Use lava crystal, elven cores, draconic cores, dark matter. Okay, so this guy's post philosopher's stone figures. Wait. Sorry. We're just kind of going on little fun observational journeys here. Well, did not consider that part, huh? Yeah, so you need quantum compressors off rip, which I didn't consider to be like a gating position, but they need Infinity 8. So Infinity 8's your absolute minimum to get the Philosopher's Stone, because you need it to get to singularities. Interesting. Okay. I was just making sure that you didn't need neutronium to get to the Philosopher's Stone. For some reason, I thought I'd seen it in one of the recipes for this guy, but now that I'm double checking, I don't think so. So, I suppose not. Hmm. Well, I know we're gonna need a lot of essence. So we're gonna have to deal with that at some point. Here is our Terra Steel seed. Has finished up crafting. Grab this guy and throw him on over here. Onto the tier 6. He's already upgraded. There we go. Gonna just spam those guys in, and we will take our Terra Steel recipe out of the agglomeration plate here. And instead set one up this way. Cool, there we go. We're already up to a very large amount of Terra Steel worth. Just that 256x, this is already up to 100 Terra Steel. Like 110 Terra Steel worth of stuff. No, more than that. What am I thinking? 200 Terra Steel. Because every 8 gives us 2, not every 8 gives us 1. So yeah, we're over 200 terasteel worth of essence right there from that little guy, just from boosting him one time. So easy peasy. We have absolutely plenty available for the system now. Very nice. Well, with that, I think we finished today's goal. I guess what we can do is clean up this room real fast. Which is not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. We got all the way through the rest of Botania. We got our last tier 5 seed online. Operational. We set up our cool botanical machinery stuff from Botania just to make life a little bit nicer. Break our portal down finally. These guys. Okay, whenever we broke them, it give us those. We set up automatic mana with a Wither Aconite, which will just continue acquiring mana pools. It's already back up to 14 after finishing up on the craft. So that guy should hopefully start overflowing into our quantum storage cell that we have up here. Which, if it does, it will be very nice. Actually, yep, it does. Perfect. There we go. We'll swap it back out. We'll let it fill up the 256,000 mana storage first, so that it actually fills up that full cell. Yes, so it will overflow the mana into this 256 million quantum storage cell, which will just be ridiculous. And that guy won't even get touched for a long time by items, because we still have 7 fresh 65,536 Ks. But yeah, Botania is done. We finished all the way through that, fought the second tier Guardian. We're going to do that a few more times at some point, no doubt, just to get a Ring of Odin. Just gives you extra health. I always like another bar of HP. And that's probably it. I don't really care too much about the other stuff in here. Yeah. The automated mana should be good. We'll upgrade to a... what's it called? Greenhouse at some point soon. Pretty much just a mana constraint on getting all of the higher tiers of like Crimson stuff and whatever. Upgrade our sparks to Malachite sparks for these guys, for that guy, and the Fluix pools off of it as well. Scale up our mana production. And yeah, then it should just be able to demolish everything. We'll upgrade these guys slowly but surely as our mana production upgrades and gets them to a reasonable amount to get all of these guys up to their multi-crafting. Because I believe every tier up can craft like more additionals at one time. And yeah, so we can get this up to crafting. I'm pretty sure a stack per like cycle, which is plenty. So we'll try to make sure to upgrade those at some point soon-ish. We'd changed our singularity system around, so we're up another 500,000 singularities just in the stream alone. That's how much faster it got. Because it does around 38 or so per second now. So that got much better. It's fine. It's fine. And I think that's about it. I don't think we did too much else today, but that's not too bad. Good little stream. I don't have another like big goal in mind right now, so I think I'm gonna cut the stream a little early. I also kind of want to put this on to the end of the episode 3 that I'm in the middle of editing right now. Hopefully, I'll get that out by this week. I'm planning on by Thursday, trying to do about 2 weeks between every episode. But the VOD, you can't wait to watch the VOD. Don't worry, the VOD I will have up within the next probably hour. I usually let it wait until it finishes HD processing on YouTube, and that's anywhere between, sometimes it's done in 5 minutes, sometimes it takes about 15 after uploading it. Not a super long stream today, so it probably won't take too long. But yeah, so I'll put that up in about an hour. Don't worry. And yeah, I think it's gonna be it for me today, guys. I do appreciate everyone dropping by, and I hope you guys are excited for the next one. Hopefully I have time as well to stream tomorrow. I might not though. This weekend's got a little bit busy for me, but I will try, even if it's a smaller one. I'll try to get a smaller goal in mind if I do have time. Yeah, thank you guys so much for dropping by. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your night. Peace. Catch you next time.